Are you looking for the best budget Android phones in 2024? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best phones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Google Pixel 8a. The cameras on Google's Pixel 8a simply cannot be beaten for the price, and they are a major reason to buy this phone if you're not looking to spend over $500. In fact, the Pixel 8a's cameras would be comfortable on phones that cost twice or even 3 times as much. Photos taken by the Pixel 8a have a rich, natural color tone without being oversaturated. Brightness and contrast are beautifully balanced to deliver gorgeous depth and dynamic range, something even some expensive premium phones struggle with. With a 64MP main camera, the Pixel 8a captures photos that are rich in detail, and it performs well in low-light conditions. It's also quick to focus and handles movement much better than other budget and mid-range phones, whether from jittery hands or moving subjects. Read our full Google Pixel 8a review and see our guide to the best Google Pixel 8a cases to protect the phone. At number 2. New B30 Pro 5G. At 6.7 inches, the new B30 Pro has the same display size as large premium phones like the Galaxy S24 Plus. Apart from its size, the display also incorporates top-tier tech that makes for a dreamy experience, like an AMOLED panel, which Samsung uses for its legendary displays, and a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. Combine the high-performing display with the enthusiastic mid-tier MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor and 12GB of RAM, and the new B30 Pro offers a surprisingly high-end experience for running Android apps and games. Even further, with the Pixel 8a as the exception, the B30 Pro pulls off the most convincing premium aesthetic out of any budget phone we've seen. It's largely thanks to the glass back with a frosted texture, which gives the teal color a gradient look that changes depending on the lighting. To be sure, the frame is plastic, but it certainly coaxes you into thinking it's metal. Our only complaints include the curved screen edges, an outdated and misguided design trick to make a phone look and feel more premium. Photos also appear like they've been processed with the sharpness slider set to maximum, which imparts a harsh and grainy look. Still, the B30 Pro's cameras are fine for capturing memories. It's also worth mentioning that new lags behind with updates for both Android and security. The B30 Pro runs the previous generation Android 13 at the time of writing in June, and it only has a security patch from February 2024. The company is targeting mid-July to update the B30 Pro to Android 14. New also has a short 2-year support window for Android upgrades and security updates. The latent updates and short support window aren't ideal, but they're a typical compromise for budget Android phones. At number 3. Samsung Galaxy A35 5G. The Galaxy A35 5G is easily the top choice if battery life is a priority, whether you're looking for a budget Android phone or a premium one. It ended our battery test with 65% remaining. The test involves 2 hours of video streaming, 1 hour of music streaming while connected to Bluetooth headphones, 2 runs of the intensive 3D Mark wildlife stress test, and 5 runs of the Geekbench 6 benchmarking app. Among Android phones, only the $1,300 Galaxy S24 Ultra scored better with 66%. As for other important aspects like performance, design, display, and camera quality, the Galaxy A35 at $400 is generally an overachiever for its price range, but it still doesn't come close to the Pixel 8a. The Galaxy A35 runs on Samsung's own Exynos 1380 processor, which doesn't score nearly as well as the Pixel 8a's Google Tensor G3 processor in benchmark tests, but it still opens and runs apps and Android quickly and smoothly with the 120 Hz display. It's hard to spot now, but the Galaxy A35 scores suggest its performance will likely become slower sooner than the Pixel 8a. The Galaxy A35 has 3 cameras, a 50MP main camera, an 8MP ultra-wide lens, and a subpar, niche 5MP macro camera. The main camera takes good photos overall but can overexpose brighter details depending on a scene's lighting. That's an issue with Samsung phones at large, however, even premium models like the Galaxy S24 series. Samsung's support window for the Galaxy A35 isn't as good as its premium lineup, with 4 years of Android version upgrades and 5 years of security updates compared to the 7 years the Galaxy S24 series gets. Still, 4 to 5 years is a solid amount of time, and we wouldn't expect the phone's processor to stay fast and smooth longer than that. At number 4. Motorola Moto G Power 5G, 2024. Motorola's Moto G Power 5G makes a very solid proposition. It doesn't punch above its weight like the Pixel 8a, but if you're looking to spend thriftily, the Moto G Power's performance, cameras, and the large 6.7-inch LCD 120Hz display will serve you well. Despite lackluster benchmark results, the Moto G Power's MediaTek Dimensity processor feels quick and smooth and complements the phone's 120Hz display well. It feels laggy and overburdened soon after turning on or restarting the phone, but it's up to speed after a few minutes. The Moto G Power can easily handle casual light games like Jetpack Joyride, and while graphics-heavy games like Asphalt 9 can take a little while to load, the Moto G Power delivers the game's full potential for fun. It's possible some games may not run well on the Moto G Power, but we're not going to pretend we've tested them all. The 50MP main camera takes good photos that are difficult to complain about, especially for the phone's price. Details can be a smidge softer than those on more expensive phones, but photos are easily sharp enough. Where the Moto G Power's camera falters is with movement or shaky hands. Our biggest complaint is that Motorola will only support the Moto G Power for one Android version upgrade in 3 years of security updates. That realistically gives the phone a 3-year lifespan, which is rather short. If you're one to hold on to phones until their bitter end of performance, you could get better value with Google's Pixel 8a, which will be supported until May 2031.